As the classroom empties and another history class comes to a close, I again question the endeavor. Then, as a student walks to the door, he turns and says, "Thank you, Professor Sweetman. You made history change the way I see the world." He exits. I clean the mist from my eyes. History is not a burden on the memory, but an illumination of the soul. The history professor is the modern-day bard, storyteller. Instead of telling stories around the campfire of gods and myths and monsters, they tell the human story with the passion of a bard in classrooms using textbooks, videos, music, and the Socratic method. The ultimate goal of a history class is the enlightenment of the student. By creating new memories in the mind of the student of our collective past. By making history a path of self-discovery. By seeing history as a reflection of ourselves today. And finally, history is the greatest tool to become a critical thinking human being. We are not spectators to history. We are history. We are actors, participants upon the stage of history. History is a record of our individual and collective journey. It's our human family photo album. Human history is a story of our individual and collective triumphs and tragedies. History is a record of the wonders of the mind and of human curiosity. It celebrates human achievements as well as exposes the tragic story of human bondage and of unspeakable cruelty. It's a story of lust for power over our fellow humans. It's the untold story of 100 billion humans that have lived and died on planet Earth, each individual having their own story of joy and of suffering. It's the story of all creatures, large and small, that have no voice. What wonders would they tell? What secrets would they share? Would they tell us of the joys of motherhood or the pain of losing a child? Finally, it's the story of all living things. Every ant colony, every rise and fall of an empire, every epic that now ripples through time immemorial. History teaches us that the earth does not belong to man. Man belongs to the earth. This we know. All things are connected, like the blood that unites all as one family. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons of the earth. Man did not weave the web of life. He is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. History is a mirror. In 1963, the Bronx Zoo had an exhibit called "The Most Dangerous Animal in the World." It was a mirror. The history professor's job is to transform the pages of a textbook into a mirror, so the student sees all of humanity looking back. The reflection is not always pleasant. So don't ask me to apologize for holding up a mirror. If you don't like what it's reflecting, take accountability and change. In the final analysis, knowing history empowers us with the skill of critical thinking. One cannot understand or analyze the present without a memory of the past. Cicero said, to remain ignorant of history is to remain forever a child. Critical thinking in history, as in philosophy, is learning to see the part in the light of the whole. Historical knowledge builds intellectual bridges. For example, it allows one to connect ancient Athens 2,500 years ago to Philadelphia in 1776. If you see the Declaration of Independence in the light of humanity's struggle for freedom and dignity over thousands of years, then you understand history. 2,500 years ago, Sophocles wrote, "Many are the wonders, but none is more awesome than man. With thought he builds civilizations and destroys them as well." In the time it took you to watch this video, 1,000 histories were born, and as many took their last breath. The future is completely open, and we are writing it moment